No penalty. No penalty. But the league's looking at it. Let's see what the league's looking at, shall we? Oh, there he is, Brendan Manning. Yeah, the Penguins have a good reason to be up in arms. See, he's kind of high there. You don't have to hit a guy that high. You don't. Sorry, this is not on a very steady surface. I defended Brendan Manning earlier this season, somewhat, in that he made a statement to Connor McDavid during a game where he's like, I meant to do that kind of thing about the McDavid hit last year, and I don't regret it kind of thing. And I thought, well, psychology is a part of hockey, and I didn't necessarily have a problem with him making that statement, but I genuinely.
Brandon Manning, whoa, that is a high, hard hit there. That's interference too, and Manning is stepping up there, anticipating that.
I don't see how they're going to argue that he didn't target the head. Sorry, that's my phone.
Going right by him, and it ends up on the stick of sit.
How do you argue he's not targeting the head? That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to people defending this. I think what's even better for me than posting videos where I discuss these hits and what's happened is when people try to defend it. Like, oh, it's not so bad.
Crosby, obviously, interference is clear touchdown, but also a high, hard hit is.
So there you go. All right, let's just get this off the construction that I've got for the moment, and let's discuss this. Let's discuss this as hockey fans. I know I'm still wearing the same jersey I was yesterday. I just got home from work, and when I go to work at the plant, I don't really worry about which jersey I'm wearing for just picking. But yeah, I'm not sure how you can argue that was a clean hit. I'm sure there's Flyers fans that will argue it. I'm sure there's other fans that will argue it. Oh, that's not dirty. It's not a dirty hit. Okay, how? The thing that gets me is, again, this is what drives me insane. There's 2 referees on the ice. There are 4 eyes on that play. There are 2 linesmen. There's 8 eyes on that play, unless they're Pirates. If they were Pirates, it would explain a lot, but they're not Pirates. I defended Brandon Manning. This is my Brad Marchand video all over again. I defended this guy, and I said, you know what? Psychology is part of the game. If he told McDavid I meant to do it, then whatever. That's part of the psychology of the game. I don't know. The kid's got a reputation now, and those reputations can be hard to shake. Those reputations can be damn near impossible to shake, actually. And I thought back, when I saw that hit, the first guy I thought of is Brian Marchment. Brian Marchment was a defenseman in the NHL for a long time, and every time he made a hit, you questioned it. Was that clean? For forwards, Brad Marchand's there now, and Rafi Torres got there. And once you get there, once you get into that space where every hit's going to be torn apart, where every time you run somebody over that's borderline, the league's going to go against you. Matt Cook, another example. There have been a lot of them. And I can't defend it. I can't. So this is why when Edmonton played Philadelphia there last week, and a fight takes place, Manning drops the gloves and goes, and then the question gets asked, is that it? Is that it for this feud? Hell no. No. The next time that Edmonton plays Philadelphia, if Manning's in the lineup, Edmonton's going to target him. But what's going to happen is the NHL is going to look at this hit that wasn't a penalty. Apparently, it is interference. That is interference. He didn't have the puck. This is where people say, "Oh well, he got rid of the puck and it was clean." Same as Canuck fans argued with Hammer or not Hammer, Rome with the hit on Horton, and it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts when I see these hits, I see these things, and there's 29 fan bases that agree on what's on the screen, and there's one fan base that says, "Nah, that's clean," and it's the fan base of the team that's, the guilty party. I have been capable of absolutely criticizing Brad Marchand into the ground. And it makes it even harder. Today he gets 3 points. They beat Dallas, and all I can think is, you know what, Brad, if this was your season, I'd be so happy, and I'd be arguing that he should be an MVP candidate. But the dirty hits, I can't. I just can't. Brendan Manning is now, he's on that list. And he's I don't know how long he's going to be in the NHL. Regardless what happens, even if they don't suspend him, even if the NHL looks at this and says, well, we can't suspend him. And I'm not sure, and I mean, you guys can look at the footage for yourself. It's on Sportsnet, and I just showed it there. It's definitely a dirty hit. It's a high hit. He hit him in the head. There's no two ways about it. And he took a couple of strides with his shoulder up to get ready for it. That is your textbook for dirty hits. Is that the guy gets ready, braces himself, shoulder up. As soon as a guy has his shoulder up to hit, you're automatically in that danger zone. And what you do after that to follow through is going to decide whether or not you're possibly going to be suspended or it's just going to be an awkward looking hit. I don't have a problem with body checking. Body checking can be awesome. I know from playing with friends of mine that some of the most fun you can have is being able to just barrel into a guy and knock him down. And sometimes getting knocked down is part of the game. I've never been against body contact. But there's an issue. There was an article on, and I'm trying to remember if it was Sportsnet or TSN. I think it was on TSN, where they said the NHL is erring on the side of the guilty parties in terms of these kinds of incidents right now. And it's hurting the game. They're not erring on the side of caution. They're erring on the side of, well, boys will be boys. And that's the same thing I've been saying with these hits. The thing that gets me is there's not even a penalty on the play. How is that not a penalty? The announcers themselves are like, well, that's interference. I agree, it's interference. But I don't know. I look at that and I say, well, considering Manning's history, I'd give him a game. I would, if I was in that situation, I was the NHL, I would basically call Manning on the phone and say, you're getting a 1-game suspension and clean it up. We don't want to see you for the rest of this season. If any of this happens the rest of this season, we're going to throw the book at you. Because players on other teams want us to throw the book at you. And you're giving us an excuse to give in to peer pressure from your peers. It's too bad. Because if he gets injured and he's a distraction to the team, he won't have a long career in the NHL. But you can't have that either. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I think it's a game. I think it's one. I don't think it's as egregious as some of the other ones. But it's Manning, and again, It's not thinking. It's deciding you're going to make a big hit no matter what, and you're just gearing up for it, and that can really backfire. In this case, during the game, it didn't. And if he doesn't get suspended, then he got off scot-free for a high hit on Guentzel. And for Pittsburgh, that's scary, because if Guentzel gets hurt, and let's say he gets concussed on that play, Pittsburgh's down a man for a while. So we'll see what happens. But considering the recent suspension history, I can't see it being more than a game. I just can't see it. So anyways, it's a shame too, because that game featured two of the best looking jerseys I've seen all season. Both Philly and Pittsburgh, for me, knocked it out of the park with those Stadium Series jerseys. I know Yvonne was not impressed with either jersey. She doesn't like orange. So I'll just say right now, she hates the color orange. And she doesn't like all the yellow jerseys I already have. So the idea of me getting a Pittsburgh one that has bright yellow on it just terrifies her. She's already scared I'm going to get the yellow Nashville jersey. I don't think I'm going to, but I haven't seen one on sale yet either. It's when they're on sale that they get me. This was $40. This is a Marty St. Louis, and this is how I end up getting the new jerseys, is that they go on sale. If a Nashville goes on sale, you just never know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And if Brandon Manning sees this, smarten up, kid. You've got the potential to be a good player. I've watched enough Philly games to know you've got the potential to be a good player. Be a good player. Don't do this. Don't make it a pattern, because it follows you. Alright, that's it for me for now. I will be talking about the standings and scores and my Bruins beating my Stars today. For anybody who would ask, I would have been cheering for Boston against Dallas, because Dallas has no chance at the playoffs, and Boston has a chance at the playoffs. So for that reason alone, I would be cheering for Boston over Dallas, although I will usually cheer for Boston over Dallas anyways. So there's that. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all again soon.